Hi, I'm Bob Trask. Today we're going to talk about consciousness again. I know I've talked about consciousness before. Please forgive me. We're going to talk about consciousness again because, see, to truly know myself, in order to be solid in my beingness, can you stay with me on that? Like, think about your life. What if you didn't have any things hanging off of you? What if you didn't have any old guilt or resentments or or misgivings or wishes that things had been different? Or what if all of that was all gone and you were whole, perfect, and complete exactly the way you are? Exactly, not needing anything different. That would be what being one with consciousness, being one with what is. Because you are what is. You are consciousness. This this world that we live in is part of it, is a universe, right? There's a universe. We're on planet Earth, but it's in a universe. And there's a multiverse. In other words, there's unlimited universes all going on at the same time. Unlimited, unlimited universes all going on at the same time, at this instant. And we are peopled in all of those universes as consciousness because we're consciousness. And there's nothing that isn't consciousness. A ladybug climbing along a leaf is consciousness. The leaf is consciousness. The sky, the wind, the clouds, the storms, everything is consciousness. Everything. And consciousness is energy, and it's intelligent energy. So it's a being, it's a presence. In our human concept, what we have to do is we have to make that consciousness into a person, a guy in the sky, so that we can relate to it. We can't just relate to we can, but it's more difficult to just relate to consciousness as this vast, vast sea of intelligent energy. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. And so to begin with, let me tell you what I have to do in order to be one with consciousness. I have to stop avoiding and stop refusing to accept all of that stuff that I don't like that happened to me. I was running a boat up in the Canadian islands and I hit a rock with this boat. Now I'm a sea captain. Hello. I got like 45 years of having a license as a master sea captain. I have run boats in some of the most dangerous places in the world. I'm in Canada and I hit a rock with a boat. No, it didn't sink the boat. It did a lot of damage, but it didn't sink the boat. Now, as a sea captain and as a man with my pridefulness, I can think back on that and go, oh man, I just carry that with me. What is, oh God, what if I only had been, if only this, it is the way it is. Listen to me. It is the way it is. And it is the way. The way it is the way. You can't unbreak a jar. You can't undo a thing that's done. It's done. And once it's done, it is complete in consciousness. It is the way it is, and it is the way. We think we need to fix everything, don't we? But some things are not fixable. They just are. And the pain doesn't come from those events. It comes from our stance in how we regard them, in our acceptance or respect or what. But we don't just want to accept them. We just don't. We want them to be different. Let them let it change. I don't want to accept this. I want it to change. Yet acceptance of the past and of the now forms a foundation for who I am, for who I am in my life. So what do I want? Oh, I want to go forward. What do I want? I want this to happen or this to happen. Or I want to feel like this, or I want this occasion to happen in a certain way. And I want to stop feeling this kind of raw agony deep inside of me, or I want this to happen, or I want this relationship to be better, or I want to have more money or better health, or I want. All of those things that I want are within my creative ability. I can have any of those things I want. Consciousness has a potential that is unlimited. Consciousness, the big, powerful, all existent creative energy, creative wisdom, that energy, there's nothing that's not possible. And I can make it probable. It's possible. I can make it probable. But I have to get rid of all of that junk that's hanging on me. Because all of that junk is hanging on me, takes away part of my concentration and part of my creative ability and pulls that off of me so that I'm only operating on half of my ability. I got a 8-cylinder car running on 4 cylinders. I can't get anywhere this way. I got to get my wholeness. And my wholeness can only come to me when I accept things exactly the way they are and exactly the way they are not. And when I do that, when I am in total acceptance, something happens inside of me. I sort of feel like I'm flooded with the tide just came in. I feel flooded with this wealth of beingness. Whew, this is exciting. Now, from here, I feel like I can do anything. Now, somebody says something to me that's painful and hurtful, and it was unfair. What they said, painful, hurtful, and unfair. What do I do with that? What do I do with that right now? Right now, what do I do with that? It is the way it is. It is the way that person is being who they are. I can't change who they are. They might be able to change how they act, but I can't change that. They're being who they are, but I have ability to act or react in my own way regarding what they said to me, regarding what happened. That's up to me. That's on me. But see, I have this past, don't I? And in my past, people said things to me or hurt me or discouraged me or put me down or lied to me or cheated me or betrayed me. And and I carry that with me, and that's all my garbage, my baggage that I carry with me, and it's deep inside of me. Now when this person says something that's hurtful to me, it's relative to all of this stuff that I'm carrying. And this stuff that I'm carrying, please pay attention to this, is my identity. This baggage that I'm carrying, I don't like to admit it, but it's who I think I am. And as long as I've got that baggage, then that person saying something hurtful to me is gonna coordinate with that garbage that I have inside, and it'll justify it. It'll make me more vindictive. It'll make me more angry and dislike myself more. But that stuff that happened to me, all of those years of all of those times when I was hurt, all of those times when I was disappointed in somebody, all of the times when I was betrayed or let down or ignored or robbed, stolen from, all of those times are neutral. Because consciousness, and here's the big secret. This is the big secret. This is the big step forward today. If you can get this, nothing else matters. Just get this. Consciousness is neutral. It doesn't have good, it doesn't have bad, doesn't have right, doesn't have wrong, doesn't have fat or skinny or tall or short or light or dark. It's neutral. And because it's neutral, it has all the power of all time and all space. It couldn't have that power if it was being pulled away into this little thing and this little thing and this little thing that are not quite right, that are not. No, it's neutral. It's complete consciousness. And it has the ability to give you anything, anything you could desire. And incidentally, let me stick with that desire just for a minute. That desire is not accidental. You incorporated into this plane, came in here in order to fulfill a certain mission of unfoldment within you. That only can happen when you follow your desires. Joseph Campbell so beautifully said, follow your bliss. Your bliss. When you follow your bliss, when you follow your desires, you're on a mission from God. Thank you, Blues Brothers. You're on a mission from God. You're unfolding your life. But you can't do that while you're carrying baggage. And don't get rid of the baggage. Don't heal it. Don't fix it. Don't do that. Accept it. Just accept it. It is the way it is. It is the way. This person betrayed me. Now I'm telling you a real story. Telling you a real story. Somebody that that I knew told a lie about me. Told a lie. Said I had taken money. Boy, if you know me, you know that the last thing. I mean, I've done a lot of stupid things and some things that were just plain wrong, but I have never stolen a dime, a nickel, a penny from anyone. That's just not who I am. Somebody told this lie, said I'd stolen money. Other people believed it. And as a result of that, I lost a lot of friends. It was a lie because that person was envious of me and wanted the position I had. It was a lie. What shall I do with that? Oh my God. I've got this deep wound inside of me. It's like a saber just ripped me open. I have this deep wound inside of me. Oh my God, what will I do with this? Hey, it is the way it is. It is the way it is. I can't change it. That person is being that person. I don't, that's not my business. That person's not my business. It's not my business to fix them, change them. It's also not my business to get revenge on them. It is the way it is. Consciousness is neutral. As long as I can come back to neutrality in my mind, as long as I can come back to neutrality, then that means that all of that, it just is the way it is, and it is the way. And it's just additional information, additional strength inside of me, additional personal energy, even personal power, because I learn more. I'm bigger. I'm wiser. I'm deeper. I mean, I heard about Mandela came out of prison after 30 years of being in prison for nothing, and when he came out of prison, um, somebody said to him, "How will you get over your anger and resentment to those people that put you in prison and kept you there that long?" He said, "I can't. That anger and resentment I left back in prison. If I carried it with me now, I'd still be in prison. If I carried what that person did to me now, I'd still be in hurt. I'd still be hurting. I'd still be in that same thing when it happened. It will happen again and again and again. Every time I think about it, it happens again. Every time I go back there, it happens again. It is the way it is. That person's being that person. I have the ability to just be neutral, to say it is the way it is and accept it. In the acceptance of that, I have to tell you one more thing. And I think this might be relative to something inside of you. And that's this. I knew who that person was. Not on the surface. I didn't admit it. But deep inside, I knew who that person was. I knew that person was evil, had an evil streak in him. I saw the way they treated someone else, and I knew this person's not doing a nice thing in the world. I knew who they were. I knew I knew that underneath that soft, velvety sheen, there was a darkness. I knew that. I knew that. And did I distance myself from that person then? Did I say, whoa, I'm pulling back? No, I didn't. I stayed right in the game until finally I was the one that got destroyed by it. But and it was her intention to destroy me. Am I destroyed? That's up to me, isn't it? That's up to me. If in fact I can let it go, if in fact I can just if I can be like Mandela and just say I left that behind me in the prison, if I can be a big enough person to say I am not so small that that pain destroys me, that that pain ruins me, that that pain changes my life. Now, here's the important part of this. Please stay with me. I can't say, okay, the pain's gone. Okay, I accept it. Thank you very much, Bob. The pain's gone. The pain's not gone. The pain will never be gone. Never be gone. It is part, that wound, not that person, not that event, but that wound is mine. It's part of me. And listen, it is a beautiful wound. There was a time when guys got a sword cut on their forehead or something, and they carried that through life with great honor and pride because people could say, "Oh, you've been in a sword fight." Well, I've been in a sword fight. I have a deep pain inside of me. I have a gash inside of me. Is that pain awful? Does it tear at me? No, I accept it. I accept it. And when I accept it, it becomes, it's still pain, but it no longer is suffering. Pain and suffering are two different things. Pain I accept, suffering is what I don't accept, pain I don't accept. My choice. Consciousness is neutral. There's a negative and a positive, right? Here's the positive, here's the negative. That's life. Life has negatives and positives. It does. I can't go, I can say, I don't want any negatives or positive. Let me just get rid of them both. Life is neutral. I'll just be neutral. Well, that's pretty boring. I might as well be dead. I'm not living. But if I'm in alive and I'm in life and I'm moving through life, then there's positive and negatives, and there will be positives and there will be negatives, and the negatives will come at me smack, smack, smack. They will hit into me. And if I don't have strong positives, then I become negatively obsessed. I know a guy who's negatively obsessed. He doesn't see any positive. His life is just utter dog poop. It's where he's focused. But if I know that life is beautiful, if I see the trees and I smell the breeze and I'm one with the seas, if I'm open to life and I'm just seeing the positive, then that negative just is part of the polarity, negative and positive. There's just polarity here. There's energy between the two. And the energy between the two, like the energy between the negative and positive poles of a battery, that energy is called consciousness. And it's intelligent. It's intelligent consciousness. And I'm in that. I'm part of that. And it's flowing through me. And to the degree that I can accept the negative and be one with the positive, then that means that I begin to become more and more positively oriented. And that means that this negative positive distance increases. And as it increases, the energy increases, the power increases, and I become more and more able to create the reality that I want by accepting things. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Don't fix it. Whatever it is, don't fix it. It hurts, let it hurt. Accept the pain, but don't, if you stop looking for resentment and revenge and regrets, just stop it. Just stop it. Just accept it. Totally accept it. And swallow it. Welcome it. Take it inside of you. Make it one with you. Don't try to fix it. Make it okay. Make it perfectly okay. Whatever happened or whatever is happening, make it okay. It may be still painful. That's the negative. It's okay. There's positive that balances that. It's okay. Don't fix it. Don't labor over it. Just accept it and move on. Our foundation, our foundation is really our self-identity. And that self-identity determines how our lives go. Whether we have failures, successes, happiness, despair, all of that depends on our self-confidence, which is our self-esteem, which is our self-identity. There's no lack of anything in the universe. You know that. I know you know that. There's no lack of anything. Anything you can imagine is possible. Anything you can imagine is possible. It doesn't matter what it is, it's possible. I'm talking to you by looking into a camera, talking in a microphone, and you're looking at me on a screen somewhere in the world, maybe today, on this day, or maybe it's 10 or 15 or 100 years from now on YouTube or some other different format. But how could that possibly happen? Because anything's possible. Anything is possible. The question is, am I possible? Anything's available. Am I available? I can't be available unless I'm one with consciousness. This universe is an expression of consciousness, what some people call God. But if they call it God, they need to make it a person so that they can relate to it. But if you're beyond that, you don't need to make it a person so you can relate to it. Then just relate to what is, to isness, the trees, the mountains, the sky, the stars, the wind, the seas, the breeze, the currents, the river that's flowing through, the beautiful placid lake, little children laughing, crying, music, art, dance, life, all of it. It's all consciousness. It's moving, it's alive, it's going on right now. And we're in it. Let's not get drugged down like it's like trying to swim across the surface and you got all this lead hanging on, these weights pulling you under the surface. That's all the garbage. Get rid of the garbage. Just stay in the flow of consciousness. In this earthly adventure, we blame events and situations on others or on accidents, but the truth, we're conscious and we're the creators of our consciousness. Alan Lightman, an author and a physicist, scientist, and a professor at MIT, shows how scientists look at consciousness. And they think that it's individuated in people, but they can't quite figure it out. Alan Lightman is one of my heroes. He's such a great thinker. He said, "For me, consciousness is the most interesting, unsolved problem of science. And in fact, we may never know what is what it is about a particular arrangement of neurons that gives rise to consciousness. We may never know what it is about a particular arrangement of neurons that gives rise to consciousness. See, he's talking about in an individual self, he's talking about you, your neurons. What is it about how your neurons come together that it gives off consciousness? Then he goes on to say, our consciousness, like the air we breathe or the passage of time, is central to our existence as intelligent beings. So he's recognizing there that however you think of consciousness, it is central to our existence as intelligent beings. The great secret of life, once again, is that consciousness is neutral always in all ways. Consciousness is the unlimited source of creation, of your creation, right now. You can have anything you dream of if you're just willing to let go of that stuff. Let go of that stuff. And how you let go of it, accept it, come to terms with it, acknowledge that you created it. Don't blame someone else. You were there. You were in the situation. You put yourself in that situation, and it happened when you were in that situation. Somebody else might have done something that made that, but you were there. You created that, you being there. Just accept your own accountability for life. All of the good things in life, oh, you've created so much beautiful. God, you've created so many beautiful, beautiful things. And at the same time, you've created all the other things. And if you come to terms with that, then you're suddenly free. You're suddenly free. And you're free in consciousness, which is neutral, which means, hey, from here, I can create any darn thing I want. Eckhart Tolle said, all things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy, and inner peace arise from beyond the mind. Thank you, Eckhart. I'm going to say that again because I think we need to really hear it twice. All things that truly matter, all things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy, and inner peace arise from beyond the mind. They arise from consciousness, from the great presence, the great presence, the great divine, intelligent, creative presence that is consciousness. Consciousness is the life force of all universes. It's both negative and positive in polarity. It's pure wisdom and pure joy. That marvelous combination that lives in our imagination. Einstein famously said, imagination is more important than knowledge. This is Einstein. This is Einstein. This is the guy who we think of as one of the smartest men that ever lived. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. What he's saying is that if you can just be conscious and reach out with your imagination, you can create anything. Anything. So let's be conscious. Let's accept consciousness. There are so many spiritual leaders who speak of consciousness as the one creative source of all time and all space. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said consciousness is the basis of all life and all field of all possibilities. Sri Maharaj said, the world you perceive is made of consciousness. What you call matter is consciousness itself. One of the greatest strong men in the world, Sri Chinmoy may have been the strongest man that ever lived. and he was a spiritual master. He said, paradise is not a place, it's a state of consciousness. And Emmett Fox, spiritual master, spiritual leader, author, that one of the guys who created the foundation of Alcoholics Anonymous, said, life is a state of consciousness. And Dr. Muada Ashby, spiritual author of more than 70 books, said human consciousness and universal consciousness are in reality one and the same thing. So let's go forward to this week and see if we can see that life is neutral. Stop making it something that it's not. And that neutrality is our power. And that neutrality is the energy that we can create with. Let's go forward this week with this powerful, powerful feeling of consciousness being with us and saying, whatever you want, whatever you want. Don't make it right. Don't make it wrong. Don't make it black or white. Don't make it good or bad. Just do whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can have. Just stay in the space. Let's do that this week. I want to just finish today by saying that this week on September 10th, and if you're watching this on YouTube sometime in the far future, this won't make sense. But this week we're starting a new class, and it's going to be from 11 to 12:30 on every Wednesday morning, starting on September 10th for 6 weeks. This is going to be one of the great classes that I've ever taught. This is the book. This is the book we're going to use as text, Spiritual Awakenings. In here, there are 57 different scientists, academics, PhDs who had spiritual awakenings into consciousness, spiritual awakenings. And each of them spends a page or 2 or 3 pages talking about what happened to them. We'll read those pages and then we'll discuss in our own lives what's happening to us, and we'll find those spiritual awakenings happenings during these 6 weeks. Boy, you don't want to miss that. Come and be with me there. If you go to bobtrask.com, you'll find out how to sign up for that class. Real easy. Go to bobtrask.com. And while you're there, leave a donation so that I can continue this work. I send you my love. I send you my love, and I hope that you go forward this week feeling that you are the one that we've been waiting for, the one that has come in pure consciousness.